The world has been annihilated. Horrendous blobs that were once all the living beings on Earth patrol the streets, hunting for anyone who hasn't yet been changed. And presiding above it all, a cruel and indifferent sun. Its rays of light, which once brought life to a small corner of our solar system, now brings only horror and death. Well, technically not death, but something far, far worse. When Day Breaks is SD Locke's proposal for the feared and coveted SCP-001 slot. An XK-class end-of-the-world scenario where the sun itself and all the light it produces becomes a terrifying anomaly. Any living being exposed to the sun's light anywhere on their body will melt like candle wax and become an inert blob on the ground. Even anomalous beings are not exempt, as the SCP-001 light nullifies the effects of any other anomalous force at work. Even reflected light, such as off of mirrors or the moon, have been known to have this effect, so truly no one is exempt here. The only way to keep yourself safe is to remain under shelter with no sun leakage, or in a full coverage bodysuit. During the early days of the anomaly, the Foundation recommended covering up and finding your way to the nearest containment site, cutting off and eating parts of the affected creatures for food if necessary. And then, everything changed for the worse. What was thought to be inert blobs came alive as new beings entirely, bearing corrupted versions of the personalities they once were. The creatures seemed to exist to fulfill one single-minded purpose: finding people who had not yet been affected by the anomaly and dragging them into the light, so they too can be altered. This was enough of a predicament to begin with, seeing as billions of humans were converted on the first day of the anomaly's activation, meaning that the remnants of humanity had billions of enemies to deal with. But the situation deteriorated even more when the singular blob started coagulating into aggressive superorganisms, some as large as buildings, slithering through the streets and catching anyone trying to escape with their tentacles and pseudopods. This is one of the few anomalies where the SCP Foundation may truly be outmatched. The sheer degree of anomalous effect meant for an immediate collapse of the veil and a forced reveal of the SCP Foundation itself and its operations. So much infrastructure was taken down at once, there may simply be not enough survivors to truly turn the situation around. That's why we all fear the potential horrors of When Day Breaks.